Want to kind of talk to y'all about why drums matter in hip hop, more or less around how we create them and the sound design that goes into it. Actually, it's going to be kind of my take on some of the things that I listen for and some of the characteristics that I kind of model after. I just want to share how my process works a little bit and kind of what are the things that I think of and what I kind of want my output to be. So yeah, let's get into it. So the first thing I do is I like to select 4 drums, 4 snares off the top after I set my tempo. Yeah, select 4 real quick, all in varying different characteristics. I like that one too. So now I have got all my 4 kicks that I want to use, right? So then I'm going to go to my snares and do the same thing with snares. The reason behind this is I have 4 kicks and I have 4 snares, and the object for me is to audition them in real time. The idea is to match the characteristics that go well. I came up with this after struggling for a little while out of desperation, so I loaded 4. Well, it started out with like 2 or 3 of my favorite drum sounds that I was hearing while I was auditioning them. I was finding harmony in the characteristics that go together, like this kick might have been originally, but what if something else sounds good with it? Now I had all the stuff at my fingertips ready to go. I can do ghost notes and I can just switch around and kind of sit here about 3 or 4 minutes and find the drums that really mesh well together. Now out of these, this one sounds the best with this kick. So these two sound best together. Actually, these two sound really good together. And you can see how the sound quality of these are matching as I'm auditioning them when it comes to the rhythm, the feel, the feedback I get when I'm listening to it. So after auditioning that little bit you saw me do, I would start with this. And then if it didn't work out, or if the sample I use, the bass I use starts to shift things, I got the rest of this drum sounds to go with. And I've already auditioned them, so I kind of already know how it sounds. So that's it. Now what I want to do is what type of drum sound? And I personally, I categorize it into fast drums, slow drums, medium tempo drums. And then I always like to throw fat drums in there and also more percussive drums. These are the, I don't know how many that was, 4 or 5 characteristics that I look for. And I just, pulled up some old tracks from a couple years ago. Have you listened to a couple of these and I kind of explain my thought process behind it. So these are more slower drums and fatter drums. They're definitely fat, but they're slower, and they respect that their size. Those are one of the characteristics I look for. Let's check out some other ones here. Now those are fat drums. They almost have I'm almost hearing a reverb on it. I'm not sure if I put that on there, but those are definitely fat drums, and they're a little bit in the medium cadence. And this just makes it really easy to kind of produce a particular sound or feel that you want, because you know which drums you can grab and kind of manipulate into that direction. All right, let's listen to some more. Those are definitely some big drums, and you can see how the tempo and the cadence goes along with the characteristic of the drum. Like, I would definitely not make those fast drums. They have to, it has to have that ebb and that flow to go along with it. All right, let's check out another one. Now, those are definitely more of the percussive drums, right? There's another slow, beefy, and now we're into percussive. Now, these are definitely fast drums, and they're definitely on the percussive side. So you can see how these things start to have a little bit of harmony together. So typically, if you're selecting fast drums, you're typically going to have a faster tempo. Not always, but this is just something that will just kind of get you in an outline and get your workflow sped up a little bit faster. Now, that was kind of a mix. That was kind of interesting because the hi-hat and the snare were definitely more percussive. The bass and the kick were definitely on the slower low end. So that was kind of a mix. Now, these are more fast drums. Check this out. Yeah, those are the fastest drums so far. But you can definitely kind of see where I'm going with all of this. Tell me what you think this one is. Little bit of distortion in there, a little bit of slower, definitely a pumpy kind of draggy kind of feel. Really like that. All right, last one. Let's get it. Now, those drums are fat. Ooh, little that in here. Now, those drums are definitely fat. Those are probably the fattest drums that I have. I think I actually made that drum kick in a drum kit synthesizer called Punchbox. Yeah, so that is it, guys. I just wanted to share a little bit of mind state of how I get into things and some of the things that I look for, because workflow is important, especially when you're trying to output your creativity. You don't want anything blocking you or any roadblocks. You want to be able to just go with the way that you feel that things should progressively go, right? And I think this way I have managed to be able to have a faster workflow, come back to things, and just really outline a kind of couple of feelings that I know that I can produce. So just like a color, basically. I use it like a color. Painter goes in and gets a couple colors to get that theme. this is kind of how I'm using it. So I hope that helped. Please leave your comments down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button because I want to get to over 1,000 subscribers as soon as I can. All right, if you enjoyed this content, see you next time. Peace.